Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be propagating a hardy hibiscus and a panicle hydrangea. So this hardy hibiscus, it was snapped during a storm and now I can see that there are bugs all over this thing. Looks like bagworms to me. Normally whenever you have a plant in distress, the pest will take over. So I'm planning on cutting it right there at the bottom and then using the cutting and try to root another plant. And this one had two, and now it only has one because it got snapped off in a storm. And the little stump that's right next to it, that's from last year's growth. So this is its second season. And the bagworms were all over it, and I've never seen them this tiny. I normally see them bigger, like hanging from a bush or a tree. So I just need to clean it up, and then I'm going to be sprinkling some diatomaceous earth around it when it's not so windy, probably tonight, trying to keep them from coming back. And you don't want to put these in your compost, you don't want to put these back in your garden. You want to make sure that they are dead, and you want to put them in a bag and put them in the trash can. So now I'm just cutting off the fabric, the reusable Velcro that was holding on to the bamboo. And the more that it's gotten hotter here, they will not come back for some reason. When it was rainy, it looked perfect, and then now that it's hot and sunny, it's just wilted, and now the bugs are all over it. So that's why I decided to cut it. And then I'm going to cut this piece in half and then try to re-root it. And I'm making sure there's no more bugs on this one. And this is where I made the cut. It will callus over and be fine, and I'm making sure there's no more bugs. And I did end up clipping the leaves in half so that it's going to produce energy to make the roots and not to hold on to the leaves. And this is my lime lights that are in front of my house. I have 3 of them. I'm pretty sure they're lime lights. So I'm going to take a cutting of this one and see if I can grow another one. Just to experiment. And then you're going to want to cut it down closer to where the leaves are branching out so that once you pop those leaves off, it can make roots. And you're going to want it to be on that soft stem, not like a piece of the hard wood, because it's not going to work. Or at least I haven't gotten it to work. And then I will be pulling those 2 bottom leaves off, and then I will be cutting the other leaves smaller, like in half. So again, the energy is going to be going to making roots and not to holding on to the leaves. It's going to lose a lot of moisture out of those leaves. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now, and the 2 bottom spots is where hopefully the roots will grow from. Hopefully. I put them in a cup of water so I can get the container ready. So this I just put perlite and vermiculite and then I put them inside an old vinegar jug that was cleaned out. And I know some people, they just put the dirt right in the pot, in the milk jug, or any type of container that you have. But I like doing it this way so that they're already separated and I don't have to repot them later. And then I will be using the rooting hormone on these. And this is one that I did in May. Done this one. And doing the same thing, the vermiculite and the peat moss. You're going to want it to be wet but not dripping, not like soup in there. You don't want it full of water. It will mold in there. So again, you're going to have to cut these in half. And it was really soft up there, so that's why I ended up cutting that one completely off. I wanted it to be more sturdy and give it a better chance. And then I cut the leaves in half. And pick off the ones that are really big so it can focus on making more roots. And I don't remember the variety of this one. I did have 3 before we moved to our new house. So I had a Summerific, Perfect Storm, and then I had one that looked like Candy Crush, and then I had another one that was Cherry Chocolate, and that one ended up staying at my old house because it was planted in the ground and I didn't want to move it. These ones were in containers. So this is my rooting hormone that I use. You do not use it straight out of the jar. You need to pour it out into a dish or a bowl or anything you want. Just don't do it in the jar. The jar needs to be sterile, and if you put your cutting in there, you could put bacteria or parasites or anything else in that container, and then it'll keep redistributing that to your other plants, your other cuttings. And then I make the hole first. You don't want to just stick it right in the dirt because it can knock off all the rooting hormone. And I don't know about this one. This is just an experiment. I don't think it'll work at all because it's really tiny. And that was one of the Tardiva hydrangea leaves whenever I made the standard. And then I will be sealing this up with tape, putting the lid back on and not opening it, or trying not to open it, for 5 weeks. And I will check it to make sure there's still moisture. You do not want to put this in straight sun either. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.